Where is it? Hello. Crazy Rebecca dances with pit bulls. And today I got something totally different because my table is full of quilt stuff. And I had something happen recently that made me want to do this video. I went to a funeral for a lady that I knew from Rossville. Her name was Iona. And I sat by one of my friends, also from Rossville. She lives in Florida now. And yes, I did not recognize her, even though we're friends on Facebook. I had to ask her who she was. Well, anyway, we got to talking, and she's a knitter. And so we talked about socks. And then I said, I'm knitting mitered squares into blankets. And she's like, well, you got to sew them together, blah, blah, blah. I want to show her how I do these, and no, you don't have to sew them. And her name is Cindy. I should say that. Hi, Cindy. I may or may not recognize you next time I see you, because that's how I roll. Okay, this is my blanket. It's just started. I'm only 3 rows into it. But I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 squares this way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up here and here. So I need a light colored yarn to play off of these 2 yarns, and I should have thought about this. I should have, but I didn't. But here's one. How about this one? So this is your last stitch when you end. And just, you can put a stitch marker on it, like one of these. But, see, I have one on here. But I knew I was going to be coming right back to this, and it's not slippery. So now what I've done is roll up. Okay, this one has 3 yarns. It has like a worsted weight, a DK weight, and a heavier weight. And it's kind of heavy, so I am using, this is 9mm. It's like a 13, US 13. You can also use, US 15. It will just make it a little bit looser. But these are longer, so I've been using these, because I'm going to show you a bigger blanket that I did in a minute. So you're going to start with this on your left-hand needle. And I just hold this yarn. Let me scooch over here. And make a loop with the new yarn and tie it off. Okay, my squares are based on 12 stitches to a side. So this is my first stitch, and I'm going to wrap this and pick up a stitch. See, I better count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, I got to go up here. No, 11. This is 12. Okay. Can't see my screen. Now, you may have a way that you pick up stitches, but I just do it like this. Just work right through the edge, wrap this around. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, oops. Now, when you get like you got this kind of stuff sticking out there, just leave it because we're going to cut that off. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now you need one of these stitch markers. That marks your center stitch. Don't go into this one. You're going to go right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then you knit back. Now this is your back. See how these, I don't know how I want to say it. This is the right side where it's all neat. This is the back side where you've got this. So when you're looking at the back side, you're always going to just knit straight back. And yes, I throw my yarn. I know other people do it other ways. This is how I learn. This is how I do it. Except if I'm knitting Fair Isle, then I have 2 yarns held in both yarn in both hands, and it's different. But all this is straight knitting. Your first row, you will have 24 stitches, 12 on each side of your marker. Turn. Now, you knit down to the last 2 stitches before the marker. Okay, so here's my marker, here's my stitches. When these stitches, you do a slip, slip, knit. Pass the stitch marker over, then you knit 2 together. So on the way down, your slip, slip, knit. When you pass the stitch marker, you knit 2 together. It makes the decreases lean into each other like that. So now you have 11 stitches on each side of the marker. And you knit back. And so each time you complete a down and back, you have 2 less stitches. So it'll get narrower, like, okay, this is your first one. Then when it gets narrower so that you end up, you knit the last 2 together and you have 1 left. So I'm going to pause and I'm going to knit for a while, and then I'll be back and you can see what I'm talking about. Okay. I now have 2, 4, 6 stitches on each side of my marker, and you can see how it's forming a square. So we'll just chat and finish this off here. Now, what I wanted to do with this particular blanket is maybe use up some of my stash. And I'm going to give that a big ha, ha, ha right now, because it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. It's the more yarn you use, the more it breeds behind your back. It's like, why isn't this pile getting any smaller? Look how many colors I've used. And I've got them rolled up into balls to, use them again. The stash is absolutely no smaller than when I started. Plus, I made a purple blanket. It's out in the car. It's Mitered Squares purple blanket. And I have a blue one that I'm going to show you. It's over here beside me. Nope. Didn't help the stash at all. So I guess the lesson is quit buying yarn, stupid. It's a lesson I'll never learn. Must have yarn. Must buy yarn. I was collecting it I was crocheting owl hats and stuff. But burnout on that. I don't know. Then when my sister was up here one time, we were at Walmart in Champaign, and they had all this beautiful yarn, 50 cents a skein. Yeah, I bought the whole shopping cart full. Just because I had some money in my pocket and I wanted it. And a lot of that was purple, which is why I did a purple blanket, because I had so much of it. Then I just needed a change of color, so I did a blue. You got to find something good on Netflix when you're knitting those bigger ones. The blue one I did 24 on each side, so I started with a total of 48 stitches. You'll see. And I think I can do one of these smaller ones in about 20 to 25 minutes, but it took me at least an hour to do the big ones. Okay, we're getting down to the wire here. So when I knit these last 2 together, or not the last 2, but I take this off. and put it in my mouth, like so, to hold it. Now it's the last two. Do about that much. And you're ready to start over. I put it like this on this hand. Then I will pick up right there on this 12 here, place the marker, 12 here. And this is going to be your number 12 stitch. This one on the end. Then when you get that one done, you're going to put this marker on it because it will stay there till you work your way all the way back across like that. So let me get the blue one laid out on my bed. And then I will show you. Now this could be bigger. And look at what a difference using two yarn make. You know, you get these awesome geometric patterns. And I make mine go different ways. Like I'll pick up on a different side to make this thing go a different way. But if you were anal about it, you could make, you know, it could all go the same way. And the other side looks just as good. Whee! And it's heavy and it's thick and it is a joy when it's freezing out to work on this thing. So right now it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 5 long and 4 across. And look at this fuzzy part. Ooh, it's so soft. So anyway, that's what I've been doing. It's a nice break from the socks. Let's see here. Here's some of the colors I got rolled up. Then I still have like this. And I'm telling you, this ain't even a minute part of my stash, and it's just not going down at all. So if I can refrain from buying yarn, I might be okay. If she says, okay, here's my thing, please subscribe, I need friends, and I'll see you all later.